Let's talk about something that keeps a lot of leaders up at night: building a remote team. Not just a group of freelancers, but a real, cohesive team that gets things done, even if they're spread all over the world. We're going to break down how it's done.
Hello, I'm an expert from WeblineIndia, and for years we've been in the trenches, helping companies just like yours build incredible, high-performing tech teams. It's what we live and breathe.
So that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? How in the world do you build a team that spans oceans and time zones, but still works together like they're all in the same room? It can feel impossible.
You know that feeling? It's late. You're wondering if your remote developers are actually making progress or if they're just, watching Netflix. That little knot of anxiety in your stomach, well, that has a name. It's the trust deficit. And honestly, it can sink a project before it even starts.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. So many remote setups fail because they're treated like a transaction. You put money in, you expect code to come out, but it's just not that simple. The secret sauce is in the human side of things, the collaboration. So let's define this trust deficit a bit more clearly. It's that nagging fear of what you can't see. The fear of hidden processes, reports that don't really tell you anything, and quality that's all over the place. That fear, it kills productivity from day one. So how do we fix this? How do we get past that deficit? Well, it's not about installing more tracking software, I can tell you that. It's about proactively building a culture of high trust, piece by piece. And that culture stands on three really important pillars. First, total transparency. You need to see what's happening in the development process. Second is clear accountability. Every single person on the team knows what they own, no confusion. And finally, predictable quality. Nothing builds trust faster than consistently great work. Okay, so that's the what. But what about the how? How do you actually make this happen day to day? Well, it all comes down to mastering two things: communication and ownership. Let's talk communication. You have to be smart about it. Think of your live, synchronous meetings as high-value, strategic sessions. You use them for the really complex stuff. But the rest of the time? That's asynchronous. That's where the real work gets done, driven by great documentation and clear messaging that lets people work without constant interruptions. And this leads to a really crucial mindset shift. You have to move from being an overseer to an enabler. Stop worrying about who's online and start measuring what gets done. Focus on the actual value being delivered. Empower your team to make decisions and make sure they feel connected to the bigger picture, to your business vision. Now, I know what you're thinking. Building all of this from scratch sounds like a ton of work. And you're right, it is. That's where having an experienced partner who's already figured this out can be a total game changer. At WeblineIndia, we've spent more than 26 years perfecting this exact approach. We've made the mistakes so that you don't have to. And it works. This model of building trust and empowering teams is the reason we're trusted by over 800 businesses in more than 25 countries. It's a proven framework that delivers results no matter where you are. So what does that get you? It means you get people who are rigorously vetted, not just for their tech skills, but for their communication and teamwork. It means you get a stable team that sticks around, so you don't lose all that valuable project knowledge. You get top-notch security for your data, and you can even use time zones to your advantage to get to market faster. And once you have that solid, trusted foundation, you can scale to meet any challenge. Whether you need custom software development, complex AI and machine learning solutions, or even cutting-edge agentic AI, we've got you covered. Same goes for N8N automation workflows, mobile and web apps, or full-scale business process automation. Look, the bottom line is you don't have to figure all this out by yourself. You can start building your dream remote team right now the right way. And that's really the most important thing to remember. This isn't just about outsourcing tasks to save a few bucks. It's about building a genuine strategic partnership with a team that's as invested in your success as you are. So, if you're ready to build a remote team that really, truly works, we'd love to chat. You can find out more at our website, WeblineIndia.com, or just send us an email directly at info@WeblineIndia.com. And of course, follow us on social media for more insights like these. Thanks so much for your time today. If this was helpful, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to see it, and definitely subscribe.